Ooh, now, next one on my little list. Now, do you do exploded views? Okay, we've seen these before. We know how they work. You take an element, you want to create a nested view, and we have this really nice displaced element tool. And if you click on displaced element, you can then choose how you're going to displace something. Ooh, let's bring this out in a more controlled fashion, and then you can add these paths to it, yeah, depending how neatly you've done it. Okay. So this has always been a 3D feature. We can now do it in 2D views. Yes, we can now. Let's see, where shall we show this? How about in an elevation? So here we are in a 2D view. It's an elevation view. So why not? I'm going to grab this, and we now have Displace Elements available. Okay, so I'll click on here, use the gizmo, drag it out. Look at that. And again, of course, when you select the displaced elements, you've got the path option. So you can say, like, this is coming from here and here. So now you can start doing nice assembly drawings in 2D views. Displace elements on 2D views. Really cool. Okay, slight change, another one that's different, and it's all about contours on our topo surfaces. All right, so bear with me while I grab a topo surface. Hopefully I've got one in my recent list. There's one there. So I'm bringing this one in. It was a 2022 Revit file, okay? So I brought this in. So if you're using topo surfaces and you're showing contour dimensions, these tend to get all over the place, okay? And making them legible just didn't work. Sometimes you'd have them in all sorts of different directions, but here in 2023, they're keeping the right direction. So it makes them that much easier for when you're creating this type of documentation. They just work, you know. So if I click on the contour label tool and draw a line across some contours, look at that. They're not, you don't get any that are for some reason upside down. Again, another small thing, but very useful and fixing previous little annoyances. Let's have a look at one more. How about interactive solar studies? It's now easier than ever to create a solar study on the fly. Okay, so I'm going to go to a 3D view. I've got one here, which I've already set up. So in here, of course, I've gone into the sun settings and set up. I've put in the azimuth so we can see what's going on and one thing and another. Now down on the control bar, so the control bar's down here. Okay, we can click on, let's go to our sun path and look, solar study. So let's access the solar study button from down here, and you click on here. Now look at this. We have all of the controls up on the ribbon. Okay, so here we are up on the ribbon. We've got a solar study ribbon. Okay, and you've got play preview. Yeah. You can do it frame at a time, so you can set up keyframes. You can adjust the speed. You've got the usual sort of single day, multi-day options. You know, what day is it going to be on? Is it going to be on one of the equinoxes or the solstices, or a specific date? Okay. And then, of course, you can just go ahead and we can click on play. Look at this. How cool is that? So providing you've got your building and you've coordinated it, it's in true north, then you're going to get a good presentation on given dates here, sort of live, a quick review. Next, just some additional things to be aware of. On the tagging front, when it comes to obviously annotation and our tag by category options, there are quite a few new taggable elements. These categories include the following: entourage, fascias, gutters, handrails, building pads, ramps, roof soffits, slab edges, top rails, wall sweeps, model groups, RVT links, and architectural columns are now taggable elements. Okay, I'm not going to waste your time showing you how to tag stuff, but be aware that you've now got these extra documentation tools. Okay, I'm going to start rounding this off now, and let's take a look at one of these drawing sheets I've got open. And another new feature. Now I've put a view on here, which is, say, the first floor view. However, I've put the wrong one on. Okay, now if we select this, we've now got the capacity to swap views on sheet. So you select your view on your title sheet, yeah, and up here, you can then choose, actually, I want this one, this OS one, this on-sheet first floor plan instead. So I swap it out. There we go. So nice and easy. We can now just swap our views on sheet. Okay, so here I have really just highlighted some of what we think is the best features in Revit 2023. But there are many more improvements, including dynamo updates, generative designs, conditional formatting enhancements. That's useful. We've got the additional cuttable categories as well. They've increased cuttable categories. Mentioned this with the DWGs, but now, for example, if I just show you this one in the settings, I go to our object styles, notice, for example, furniture is no longer grayed out in the cut area. So furniture can be a cuttable element. Now you don't have to make it that way. It's going to be down to the particular family. Let's have a look. Got a family in here. Let's grab this family in here just to illustrate this. So here's a family. If I go to edit family, okay. Here it is in our family and category parameters. Look, new tick box, enable cutting in views. Okay, enable cutting in views. All right. So if I just cancel that a second, if we take another look back here on the ground floor, and we'll zoom in. Okay, so I'm in, say, medium, and I'm in regular hidden line mode. Okay, and as you would expect, it's just showing the outline. However, we come here, oops, wrong one. If we come here and we pop a tick in enable cutting in views, I'm going to load and close. No, I'm not going to overwrite it. Yes, I'm going to overwrite this one. So let's keep an eye on this now. Overwrite existing version. Yes, okay. And look, it's now cut this and we're seeing down through and some of the features that are inside and underneath. Okay, so we have got new cuttable elements or families as well. But of course, you can choose and the way that you make up your particular families. Okay. We've got created field regions, which can be done directly in 3D families as well. Okay, which is nice. And there's also some view filter enhancements. And even more, plus, of course, as I mentioned, there's lots of enhancements within the MEP and the structural tools. So overall, we've got a lot of changes in Revit 2023. Well worth the update. Okay. You'll also find within Revit itself, if on the start page, you can just click on the link at the side and you can go to the What's New in Revit 2023, and it will take you directly to a series of videos and text documents all about these new features. Well, I hope you found that useful. I've tried to make it as quick as possible. Quite a lot of features there, but thank you, and bye for now.